Hello ENC 90 students, this is your professor Michael Bloomberg, and the purpose of this video is to walk you through week 4 assignments. And this week in particular I've been getting some emails regarding the activity 710 on page 166. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about that and just walk you through the assignments in general. So this is our Blackboard homepage, and as always you're just going to go to your weekly assignments tab, so I'll go ahead and click that. Go ahead and click the week 4 folder up top, and I'm going to click the PDF document for this week's assignments. I might have to adjust the camera just a little bit so we can get everything in frame. This week you are to finish the building blocks of essays reading, and you're picking up where you left off last week. It's 483 to 496 and chapter 2 of All Over But the Shouting. There are discussion board assignments based on both of those, and the links the link to the discussion board, as always, is on the week 4 folder. The submitted activity is 710 on page 166. This is the one I was just talking about. Let me scroll down so you can see it a little better. The instructions say that you are to type out the features and details characteristic of narrative/descriptive mode in the essay. One thing that will help, and I probably should have mentioned this in the instructions, but I'll mention it now. You might want to, this is just sort of introducing you to narrative writing, but you might want to take some time to look over pages 146 really over to 150. Will give you some information. So 146 to 150 will help you out with the first part where you're identifying the features and details characteristic of the narrative descriptive mode. It says to mark them on the essay, but since the essay is actually in your book, you're not going to do that. You're just going to create your own document where you identify those features and details, and then as you reread the essay, and the essay that you're looking at starts on 164 of the book, it's Learning Through Loss. What you need to do is make a list of revisions you would make. So, in other words, what changes would you make to this draft? If you were going to go back and rework it, or at least help the writer rework the draft. So I hope that clarifies a little bit. If you still have questions, feel free to email me. But you might want to look at the earlier parts of the chapter 7. I didn't assign you to do that, but since we're moving into narrative mode, and we'll especially be talking about narrative writing next week, it's a good idea to go ahead and start looking at that. Also, with the My Writing Lab at the bottom of the listing of assignments, you are to begin work. I'll move the camera back just a little bit so hopefully you can see a little bit more of that. But you're to begin work on the craft of writing this week, and the deadline for that is February 15th, whereas your other deadlines are February 8th for this week. So I'm going to move this back over. And I'm going to go back to the week 4 folder. And as far as submission is concerned, it's all on there as far as the 710, 166. Just remember that you're attaching it as always. You're not posting in the comment box. The discussion board link is there, so is the learning path. This should, at least I hope, start to become a familiar process to you in terms of navigating through the weekly folder. I think really what I wanted to cover more than anything this week was just some of the confusion on the activity 710. I think if you look back over chapter 7 just a little bit, and we'll do some more work with narration and description next week, I think you'll find that really helpful in working on the activity that is due this week. If you have questions, as always, feel free to email me. But I'll make some more videos in the future, especially when it comes to lesson plans. I think it's good for you to know what I'm looking for. And also next week we'll start moving into a little bit more essay writing, so in paragraph form. So we'll talk about that next week. Take care. Email me if you have questions, and I'll make a follow-up video very soon. Bye-bye.